Mhm. All righty. All right, thank you. We're right at 12:34, so we're going to go ahead. Oh, I'm admitting somebody real quick here. Welcome for coming today. I am recording this, so you probably just saw that notice here. Welcome to joining us today as we come to you live from the Mendocino College campus. Today is our second installment on the Fall 2024 Wellness Workshop Series. Today's topic is Apptastic College Success Apps, and will feature Mendocino College Alternative Media and Assistive Technology Specialist Jennifer Justice.
But first, we wanted to introduce ourselves. My name is Lisa Larimer-Burtis. I'm the Mendocino College Health and Wellness Counselor and Coordinator. And my main message this semester is I want students to know that mental health therapy is free for students. That's my little plug for our services. We're excited to bring a variety of speakers and information to students through this forum. And we'd like you to provide feedback at the end of the workshop on the content today and also what topics you'd like to see in the future. So, Tasha?
Thank you. I'm Tasha Wetzel, the Learning Disability Specialist at Mendocino College. In my position as professor, I work with the Disability Resource Center by providing learning skills lab on our campus. I also work with students interested in accommodations in their college courses based on their verified learning disability. And I also do assessments for students interested in learning about whether they have a learning disability or not, and then talking about appropriate strategies. And I'm happy to be pairing up with Lisa this fall to provide these workshops.
Love that. And also joining us doing tech and questions is Thais Springer. She'll be our timekeeper and monitor. She'll be monitoring the chat. Thais is our LGBTQIA plus program specialist at Mendocino College. And a big thank you to your help today. And then just a reminder, Thais will put up the link for the evaluation. We really, really want your feedback. And then we'll put it up again at the end of the workshop. But we're really happy everybody's here.
All right. So let's go ahead and get started. For the next 20 to 30 minutes, we will be talking with a special colleague from Mendocino College. Audience, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we'll address them towards the end of the discussion. So with us today, we have Jennifer Justice, one of my coworkers. Jennifer is the Assistive Technology Alternative Media Specialist for Mendocino College. Before joining Mendocino College in 2018, she was a lecturer in disability studies at UC Berkeley. She has published and contributed to research on accessible media and disability rights in the arts sector. So welcome, Jennifer. And I am going to put up some slides here.
Thank you, Jennifer, for visiting with us today.
Yeah, hi guys.
Happy
yes, I am already been introduced, but I wanted to also say that I am the Alt Media Assistive Technology Specialist. I've been at Mendocino College since late 2018, and I wanted to also provide a little more information about me. I'm a woman with a disabilities, really. I'm legally blind and hard of hearing. And I wanted to provide, in keeping with community practices, I wanted to provide a really brief audio image description of myself. I'm 40-something, light-skinned woman with long blonde hair. And I'm wearing a gray top with muted multicolored stripes. And the background, I have a virtual background, Zoom background, and it is of our beautiful library building at sunset. So you can see the lights glowing from the front. So that is a little more about me. So we can go ahead and move to the next slide. All right, so what does an alt media specialist do? You know, I get this question a lot, and that's okay because my field is only about 20 or 30, 40 years tops years old. But every single disability resource center, college, at a college and university, and even in the K through 12 public school system, everybody has an alternative media assistive technology specialist, or at least in the, or at the very least within the district, they will have someone who does my job. So what that is students receiving disability related accommodations through the Disability Resource Center are often referred to me for assistance with devices, software, digital file formats that helps them achieve their academic and professional goals. And actually, whatever I provide students and guidance I can provide students on campus, these are tools that students can use, in their daily life as well. So, they're actually, you can get a lot of mileage out of getting my advice, learning more about assistive technology, because there are a lot of tools out there. They're always evolving, always changing, and they can really make your life a whole lot easier in ways you might not have even imagined. And there are tools that are popular, assistive tech. Let me go start over. We can go to slide 3 now. We have popular assistive technology services offered through DRC, are text-to-speech apps that read web and digital content aloud. We also often find students want speech-to-text technologies that refers to note-taking and dictation apps like Otter AI and Google Voice Typing. The text-to-speech apps, they work with websites, Canvas course materials, textbooks, and PDFs and docs, doc files. So these are things that will be read aloud. So a computer voice will read the text aloud to you, whereas speech-to-text is, the student's voice dictating into a file format. I also provide accessibility training catered to your specific device or operating system, be that Chromebook, Windows, Apple, iOS, or Android. We also find that students, sometimes they like to learn about screen magnification and the hotkeys associated with that. We can also provide Braille and large font, large print formats for students if that's desired. We haven't had a lot of requests for those lately, but they are available. We still can do print materials for students, and we want people to know that. And this is not a complete list, of course. For this presentation, I'm just focusing on what's most widely used at our campus. But I'm happy to work with any individual to find solutions for other issues that might come up. Slide 4. There are many free tech tools available to anyone if you know where to look on your device or out in the world. Your Canvas dashboard. Most students, I would imagine, are using a Canvas dashboard at this point. That includes an immersive reader that reads most course content aloud. It's a text-to-speech program like the ones I was mentioning earlier. I'll be demonstrating that in a little bit, but I also wanted to talk about being familiar with the accessibility submenus in your settings, on the settings in your computer, your smartphone or tablet. You can find a lot of really fun tools in there. You just need to do a little digging and explore those. I can help you do that as well. You can also use search terms in your device's app store to find free or low-cost assistance with various tasks. And you can do search terms for pretty much anything, right? Like Candy Crush, right? But you can also do, I need study help, what are some apps that can help me, refine my study skills? I need help with focus or help with anxiety. Maybe you need help with procrastination. You would be surprised. Like, there is an app for so many things out there now that are really helpful. Or not, and it's trial and error, right? Like, they're not all created equal. Definitely look at the reviews, because the reviews are very helpful. Like, people will if it's something that's really good, they'll definitely write a review and say, this is really worth this is worth downloading. If you're not sure where to start and you don't know, exactly what you need, the Disability Resource Center is here to help. All of us are somewhat familiar with the stuff. Obviously, it's our job, right? So you can come to us and we can help figure out solutions for you, and get you hooked up with the right technology for whatever your needs are. Slide number 5. Here I have this is for you guys. You're going to get sent out after the event transcripts of this PowerPoint, and we're also going to be putting this online. So these apps, links, and resources for learning will be available for you whenever you want to peruse them. There's a free app that works like Canvas Immersive Reader. If you're not a student, even if you're not a student anymore, you can use Read Aloud. You just download it from the Google Chrome store, and it's what you call a extension, a browser extension. So you actually just pin it to your browser toolbar, and then you can just click on it, and it'll open up a little window and start reading the text aloud. So that's pretty cool. And someone just made that available as a freebie. For our students, we provide a Kurzweil products, and those are paid subscriptions, but we provide them for students at no cost here. Kurzweil is probably the gold standard for text-to-speech technology. It reads your textbooks aloud. I can upload digital textbooks to the program, and you can use it to read the text aloud, or even create notes, highlight text. You can build an essay from the program. It has a lot of different features. You can even have a text read in different languages. Maybe you're a non-native speaker, you can have a text read in whatever language you feel comfortable with. So it's a really powerful technology that has been around for a while, and it's probably it's really worth it for students. They get a lot out of it and they really enjoy it. So I have some other links here that they're actually some webinars, they're short tutorials, I promise. Most of them anyway. Kurzweil reading customization, if you want to know more about how to tweak the tools to get them just the way you like them, because people have very specific taste in what kind of voice they like to listen to books in, right? Like some people prefer a male voice, some people prefer female, some people prefer a certain accent. So yeah, there are a lot of different options and also pace. You can have a slower reading speed or a faster reading speed. And so you can really make it more customizable. Here's a good tutorial on getting started with voice typing for Google Chromebook and Android users. And of course, that's going to be like voice dictation for building for whatever you want to write, like essays or if you want to take notes by dictation, the sky's the limit, but it's also highly recommended. This is one for Microsoft Word and Google Docs. Microsoft Word is the newest out. Like I've heard that its dictation tools are not as great as Google and Otter yet, but I'm sure they'll work the bugs out and it'll become more nuanced as the technology advances. We provide Otter AI for students and for DRC students at a subscription, as a subscription but it's for free. Let me say that again. Otter AI is a dictation software that, as it is now, the app provides anybody with 6 free hours of dictation. But for DRC students, we have a subscription service, so we provide Otter for free as long as you're a student with us. You can learn more about Otter through these links. You can also get a handle on study time with this really helpful list of social media blockers. And this is a updated list from 2024. These are the latest and greatest options. If you have trouble with a little procrastination or focusing, and you need to like shut out the noise, these tools can help you with that on your devices. And finally, we have Canvas Immersive Reader. And I'm going to just demonstrate that right now for students. Let's see. All right. Do we want to do that right now? So I think Tasha's going to share her screen with me. Is that right?
Yes, I stopped sharing so you're
Okay.
able to share now.
Perfect. And how much time do we have?
You're doing well. We are at
About 10 minutes.
14, yeah, about 10 minutes left.
Okay,
Mhm.
awesome. Oh, good. Let me find it.
And Jennifer, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do these tools overlay on our employee workspace as well?
The free ones do for sure. And I know Canvas Immersive Reader is available to faculty. Some of these are student subscriptions, the way we have it set up right now, but of course faculty and staff can ask HR for accommodations through their office if any of these paid things seem appealing.
Mhm.
And that's sort of how we're going about it at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because I was trying to multitask, like eat and get an email out. And I was like using my one finger and I thought, oh, it'd be really great. If I was on my phone, I would be, on my microphone. And I just wondered, I couldn't quickly figure out how to do that.
Right. Okay, can y'all see my Canvas shell?
Yes, looks great.
Perfect. All right. So this is the DRC Canvas shell. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into, because I'm set up as a staff member, I'm going to click on view as a student so I can see what that looks like. You can, in the upper right-hand corner, there's the immersive reader button. So it's great. They have it front and center, so it's easy to find. You click on that, and then you go down to the bottom, and there's the start button.
Welcome to Disability Resource Center. Welcome. We are so glad that you stopped by to check us out. More and more people are diagnosed every day with conditions that affect their education in one way or another. Whether you struggle with a medical condition, mental health diagnosis, ADHD, autism spectrum, a reduced ability to see or hear, or something else that has limited your ability to be successful in your classes, we can help. You do not.
So as you can see and hear, it's really, the diction is really great. It sounds pretty human, not totally human, but the technology has gotten a lot better over the years. The computerized voices sound less computerized all the time. So that's kind of a cool thing. At this point, I also had one more slide. I had a bonus slide that provides that Tasha has access to. And I might have to get
Get to
out,
stop. Yeah, go ahead and stop sharing and I'll pull that
stop
back up.
share. Since we have time. Oh, where'd my thing go? Okay, Zoom. Or you can have me, or you can just stop my share.
Yes.
Okay, I did it. Yeah, so a lot of our students and staff and just everybody asked me like, so I have a vision impairment, right? So I use screen magnification and everybody wants to know, how did you make your screen bigger? How did you do that? So this is the secret. These are my moves, okay? These are my secret clever moves. On a Chromebook, it is to zoom in on your screen, Control Alt, screen brightness up, or you use 2 fingers and scroll up on your trackpad. And easy enough, Control Alt screen dimming with 2 fingers, or you can use 2 fingers scrolling down on your trackpad if you prefer. That's the trick on the Chromebook. And then for Windows and Mac, it's a different set of hotkeys, but it's very similar. So you can see those. I use these all the time. People find it really helpful if they're trying to see something that is really just a little too small. And if you go into your accessibility menus on your device, there doesn't matter the operating system, they all have them. You will find a ton of stuff like this that can tweak your screen. You can you can have an overlay where you have a dark mode. I think that's becoming more popular. Some people prefer dark mode. There are a lot of things that you can do to tweak the appearance and the sound and just your overall perceptual experience of your device. So I encourage everybody to play around with that, explore. You might find that you can make your, looking and interacting with your computer, you can make it a more comfortable experience for yourself. So and I'm happy to take any other questions if we have time.
Jennifer, I just wanted to jump on the end of that because I'm looking at our audience that's here. We have people in student services and counselors that this little tip, I think, could easily come and play when they're meeting with students. If they're trying to show something on their screen or flipping their screen around, and that idea that being able to make it a lot larger that for the person sitting across from you in the desk. And even when students are on their, Chromebooks or things like that, I really appreciate seeing this and knowing about it, because I don't know if I really would have I would have probably said to myself, oh, I wish this was bigger, but I wouldn't have done anything about it. And so this is like a really cool way for all of us who work with students, either in a formal office setting or, in a lab, that I see that being really, really helpful. So I appreciate that.
I have a question, Jennifer. So I'm wondering, so if I'm a student and let's say I find this recording and I go, that's, those might be some tools that I want to check out. But I'm a little bit nervous about walking in the door. What support or advice can you give me to help me just walk in the door and get help?
That's a good question. I have had students come by our lab. I used to call it the tech bar. It's like the Apple tech bar, the genius bar. I have had students come by sort of close to the end of the day when it's quiet, when there's nobody, maybe when there's not as much of a high volume of people around, come by and ask me questions about various tech and disability services. So I would just say, maybe just think of a time of day when it's maybe not so crowded. For us, that's going to be around, after 3, I would say between 3 and 5, or first thing in the morning can be a little bit busy sometimes, but before 9, so like between 8 and 9, or at the end of the day, if you're just a little just a little shy, feeling a little shy, you can come in and ask us whatever. Yeah, we're happy to answer any questions at any time.
Okay, thank you so much. That was really helpful.
Mhm.
And I have a question. We talked about Otter AI earlier. Are you guys available today if I come in to learn about that? Are you
Sure.
available, Jennifer? Okay,
Yeah,
thank
I am.
Awesome.
Do we have any other questions? Anything in the, I don't see anything in the chat, but any other questions from? anybody?
And I considered adding stuff about mental health apps, but I felt like that could be its own,
Mhm.
or so mental health, social wellness, social, what do you call it?
Wellness.
Life coaching style apps. I mean, that's its own category, right? So I could do a whole webinar on just that topic, and I'm sure like actually Lisa could probably do a whole webinar on that.
Well,
think
there's
we
an
could-
invitation, there's an invitation.
Not to
Great.
Yeah,
like
I think we'll-
volunteer
I think we'll do
anybody,
that
but
this
and
spring.
then of course AI is a big concern. You notice I didn't talk about AI much beyond Otter.ai, right? That's a part of their brand. So we could talk about AI and the AI's role in accessibility as well. And it is a really broad topic. There's just always something going on, and there's always news. So I'm always happy to talk shop with people.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you. And we're so happy, Jennifer, that you came in to visit with us today. And just a reminder, I think Tice is going to put the evaluation link in the chat. And again, we're always looking for feedback on what topics people would like to hear more about. You can get more information. This webinar, hopefully, I'm still trying to get the other one up, will be available on the Health and Wellness website. We're really happy that everyone came to visit with us today.